What stood out to me today was the process. It was the fact that all our people were working together and so excited about the concepts that they developed. I also really noticed this isn't just, I have an idea, let's see what we can do. It is vetting it with many different companies and really studying the model and figuring out what the problem is and how Dial can solve those problems, or the individual companies.
Dial Ventures has offered an opportunity to diagnose problems and devote the time that businesses themselves necessarily don't have. They are identifying problems that we may not yet recognize as problems and offering solutions and building the company all the way through to the launch point as they prepare and meet with industry experts. It's just a new take on something that either gets ignored or we deal with unacceptable consequences or outcomes as businesses, and it's good to know somebody is working in our behalf in this manner. And just impressed by the way that they have polished their outcomes in these presentations and the fact that they come together with such solutions and such opportunities to build on their ideas, and really the polish and the presentation of the professionalism that they put together is just incredible with the short amount of time that they had to diagnose these problems.
I think what's interesting about Dial is that they bring industry expertise together with expertise around creating startups and creating businesses. And I think that that's very unique in the way that Dial really reaches into, really talking and creating the right connections within the people in the industry that are actually dealing with these problems on a day-to-day basis and bringing the right people to be able to solve those problems together. It stood out to me today. I've been able to see the progress over the course of the last couple of months to see how these ideas have really shaped and evolved, and it was amazing to really see the passion behind the fellows with what they were trying to articulate and the businesses that they're trying to create. The thought, the conviction that the fellows had around the ideas that they were presenting on the businesses that they want to be developing. There's not only a lot of passion around it, but a lot of insight and a lot of research behind it, and I thought was really helpful in creating really thoughtful ideas to bring to market.
And it was almost like we had a mini MBA. Over the short period of time, we made these really fantastic relationships to understand the problems that were in the industry that ultimately led us to developing these business concepts that we pitched today.
And it culminates really in this 1 week of craziness, which is the sprint week leading up to the pitch. And so during that week, you deep dive into the problem. You work with a group of very talented people and your cohort members as well. Get deep into the issues and the challenges and what's known and what's not known. And at the end of it comes this beautiful pitch, which 6 months ago was unimaginable. So to be honest, it's really been something.
So Sprint Week is the last week that we have where we work together with the industry fellows and the industry leaders, and we kind of put together a pitch, and that was an amazing experience.
What Dial's doing is really unique in this combination of taking the advantages and the assets of a university, bringing in the fellows that are side-by-side researching with experts in the university and the broader ecosystem, and then trying to turn those things into not just ideas or papers or reports that sit on a shelf somewhere, but to commercialize the findings in the form of new companies that can have impact. And so that combination of all of that, I think, is what makes Dial really unique in the space. So Pitch Day, I love Pitch Days. Pitch Days are among my favorite days of the year. When we come and we see the entrepreneurs and our teams, all the hard work they've done to look at these ideas and to come and present them as pitches. These pitches aren't pretend. It's not for play. After today, we're going to be making real decisions about whether to launch these companies, to invest real money and time in advancing these opportunities. And so there's a lot of pressure this week. Over the course of 3.5 days, what the teams have done is pretty remarkable. They've taken what at the beginning of the week were a good degree of confidence in the problems, a sense of what the solution could be. They've come this week and they've kind of broken it all apart again and put it back together with the help of potential customers and experts in the field who they've been talking to all week. And so to come and see the final product in the form of these pitches is really exciting because it's the culmination of months of work, but it's also an opportunity to very seriously engage with everybody at the same time around the viability, the desirability of these opportunities, making real decisions about whether to launch these as new companies today.